Who will rescue me from this body that is subject to death? Those who live according to the flesh have their minds set on what the flesh desires, but those who live in accordance with the Spirit have their minds set on what the Spirit desires. Those who are in the flesh cannot please God. If you live according to the flesh, you will die. But if by the Spirit you put to death the misdeeds of the body, you will live. Those who are led by the Spirit of God are the children of God. The Gnostics held that salvation is attained through a higher knowledge, gnosis, unavailable to most people. Borrowing from the philosopher Plato, they taught that redemption comes from nurturing the intellect and deprecating our corporeal existence, the flesh, nurturing the intellect, the psyche, the mind, the spirit. Because the mind was deemed superior to the body, the Gnostics sought to free the mind from the prison of the body, the flesh, to be saved from this body subject to death. This Gnostic influence led to asceticism. Asceticism. Is denial of what the self wants. Jesus says to be his disciple, you have to deny yourself, take up your cross, and follow him. Asceticism is the practice of self-denial in an attempt to draw closer to God. It may include such disciplines as fasting, celibacy, wearing uncomfortable or simple clothing, poverty, sleep deprivation, and flagellation. Asceticism was common in the early church. It took on more severe forms in the lives of the Desert Fathers. Asceticism is supposed to remove worldly obstacles between the believer and God, doing away with things like sex and pleasurable food are intended to help subdue the animal nature, the flesh, and develop the spiritual nature.